I would like to introduce you to one of my favorite internet personalities, Jared Schiffman. Jared is a self-named entrepreneur with several failed projects and companies under his belt, including but not limited to a vlogging career, 2 clothing companies, and something called Bit Business, which was not touched for over a year now, even though it apparently took 3 years to develop. And what's even funnier is that this company was supposed to help other businesses grow, even though he can't handle one himself. Let's also count this weed company he had on his about page on the Bit Business as examples of businesses he helped, because let's be realistic, no one outside of him would be a part of this. The reason why you've never heard of these is because Jared likes to hide his failures away and pretend like they've never existed. He wants to look like a prodigy with no experience, but also a very smart business person with plenty of business experience. The reason why I'm telling you this is because Jared has a new company that's been running for around almost 2 years. And from what Jared has been telling us, it's apparently popular. So I don't think he'll mind someone like me giving my unfiltered impressions of the company. I have a lot to say, but I'm gonna be as nice as possible, which means that I'll make the video less than 15 minutes long. No promises though. I will also not do as much editing as I usually do because this guy does not deserve it. Why am I doing this? Well, I guess I'm in a charitable mood. I was hesitant at first because of this weird thing he has on his terms of services where he states that anyone who uses copyrighted material will be in big trouble. Not only is that baffling, but it's also hypocritical because he uses other people's music and images in his own TikTok and Instagram ads. Also, I'm not going to be afraid of a company that labels its terms of services legal stuff. Look, the reason why he even has this is so that if something comes up that he doesn't like, he can just abuse his power and take it down. But I don't think I have to remind Jared of fair use and his previous activities, right? So what is Dormly Box? Well, this is a company that creates a sort of monthly care package for college students, giving them bathroom essentials. Think of it like a Loot Crate box, but for wiping your ass. They also make their own products like, what are these, condoms? Oh, they're wet wipes. Okay, so something less cool than I thought. Just to let you know, this is not a repurposed COVID-19 box. Even though they sold masks at the time, and in an article they talk about the virus several times, and even their Instagram, even though it was created in 2020, right at the beginning of the pandemic, that is not how it should be viewed at all. Don't think of it like that. How dare you assume that? The company is ran by 2 people. Jared is the CEO who controls almost everything, and then you get Jalen, who has no job other than acting in their cringy TikToks. I really don't know what he does. I think he's just along for the ride. Now, some of you are already probably thinking to yourselves that this must be the dumbest idea ever. It's worse than having a fast food chain that's just the Chipotle version of pasta, and you'd be correct. But it's not like ideas like this can't be successful. There are a lot of dumb ideas that get way too popular. Have you ever seen that episode of SpongeBob with those pretty patties? But this is Jared, so naturally something is bound to fuck up. I mean, this is the 5th one. I have seen the reviews for this company, and I will get into detail about these later, but from what I am presented, everyone loves this shit. No complaints here. I can think of a couple though. For starters, every one of Jared's ideas are usually an impulsive decision that are made on the fly with no real thinking involved. For example, his first clothing company, he self-admitted that he came up with the idea during a Nerf gun fight. This new company came about after an offhand joke with his dad. And since his dad owns a medical supply company, he immediately thought Jared's idea was a good business opportunity. This means that Jared didn't have to work for anything and got it like a spoiled brat. Not to mention he has no idea about the struggles of college life since his parents give him everything and they're so close to the school he attended to. Another thing I'll point out is that Jared does not care for any of the products he sells. There is no artistic vision or really any enthusiasm for a project. There's just no effort put into any of these ideas. Yeah, I know he says that he's very passionate about the so-called business he's working on, but let's remember, there are how many businesses that have been fucking abandoned by him, so he doesn't really care. The only reason why he makes a business is to catch a trend. Just take a look at all the companies he's made. There's nothing similar about about them. He doesn't care about any of them. I don't even know what he likes, other than just trying to become Logan Paul. I mean, this is the guy who bought stock art for his designer clothing company, so I wouldn't expect much. So naturally, Jared has to over-exaggerate a lot just to make his projects look more special than they are. Like, for example, they used to claim that they were the most affordable essential service on the market, which is impossible to prove and is not true. To prove this, they would go to CVS and film bundles of toilet paper, but if you've ever explored a town or city, you will find hundreds of smaller stores that have cheap prices on goods. Clearly something Jared didn't think about. I could talk for hours about why the idea is terrible, but I'd rather point out the main problem from the website, the lack of actual products. This is all they have. I am showing you the whole catalog. It's not even the bare minimum. And there's no excuse, they've been around for a while. You would think that they would add more items to the service, seeing how most of their products are from other companies that they work with. But this then comes to the bigger question. What happens when you don't get everything you need from the site? I mean, after all, this is for college students and they need a lot to survive with. Well, I guess you just gotta go and buy the rest at the store. Which makes this service completely fucking worthless. Other than that, I'll keep my mouth shut so we can talk about their social media influence. The word I would use to describe their reach on social media is desperate. More like grasping at straws most of the time, but they try so hard to be hashtag relatable that it really pisses me off. I really don't know who they're trying to advertise to. They treat the common consumer like a moron. Is it for kids? Adults? Well, although Jared states that the product is mainly for college students, he basically markets it to fucking anyone. In most of their ads, they don't even mention that it's for college kids.
Do yourself a favor and make your life easier by going to dormlybox.com and getting your bathroom essentials delivered to your door.
Dormly Box, you never have to worry about running out of bathroom essentials.
Don't miss out on this. Head on over to dormlybox.com right now and stock up on these essentials.
So basically, from what I am presented with, Dormly Box is for retards. Because no thinking person's gonna look at this and go, yeah, this is a good product. I need Dormly Box. One of his newest ads was pushing the idea you should buy this for Christmas as a gift. Like, what a stupid idea. But you know why he's doing this, right? He's clearly given up. I could tell the business is gonna fall apart at any moment now. He's just throwing stuff at the wall. Jared doesn't even have any confidence in selling the product to the demographic he made it for. Shows how much he cares about the college kids when he basically realizes he messed up marketing to a specific type of people. You know what? I'm starting to think that this was originally a COVID-19 care package. I'm 50% sure of it. Some of the marketing kind of reminds me of those dystopian future scenes where food is made into squares and everyone's forced to eat them to survive. Maybe Jared's predicting the future. Like, imagine if Duracell batteries had a monthly subscription box. Pretty stupid, I know, because you usually buy something when you need it. But that's what this is, a dystopian style product. Except the problem is, people are not as stupid as Jared thinks. So why would anyone buy this? Well, their reason why you should buy this is because most bathroom goods are too expensive nowadays. Let me explain that if you need to buy something that is essential to people's health, they're going to buy it whether it's $9 or $50. Sure, it might be a bit pricey, but hey, if I buy a big bundle, it's gonna last me a few months. Besides, how much toilet paper do you think people use in a month? How about getting a job if you can't afford toilet paper? Or better yet, don't go to college! Did anyone use their brain when making this half-baked shit scam? Was there any research or thinking involved? Do you see what I mean by impulsive decision making? There clearly was no passion or no care about what they were selling. They don't even know what they're doing. Interestingly, Jared claims to get a lot of attention from this company. All the traffic comes from Instagram, but from what I see, most of their posts get around less than 30 likes. In an article written by Keene University, Jalen said that there were already 1,000 customers. This makes no sense, because at the time of the article, they didn't even have more than 300 followers. Where did these people come from? I don't know. So what about the reviews and comments people give? Well, other than this comment where someone was missing stuff in their order, everyone gives this thing like 5-star reviews. But these are either Jared's friends or Jared himself. Talk about desperate. Like, I don't believe anyone from Ohio is buying this shit, okay? They don't even have toilets. All they use is a stick with a sponge at the end of it. Jared also makes fake accounts like this one. I know that this is Jared because he only follows his own company, Dormly Box. Also, he follows other companies that he makes that never even get off the ground. like this other clothing company called Proven. He talks to himself in the comments section, and I'm not even talking about the fake accounts. One time there was a post where they were asking for jokes, and the fake account told a pretty cringe joke, and they just started complimenting each other. Like, how does that work? Like, oh, good job, me. Now I finally want to talk about the biggest exaggeration he puts out there, that he wants to help people. In every one of these failed business adventures, Jared claims he wants to help or empower someone. I think the reason why he does this is so that he looks like a good person or that he's like relatable, but he only really cares about making money and getting attention. It's always been that. If it wasn't, he would acknowledge his previous failures and learn from them. You don't even have to look too deep into it. In an article, the co-CEO Jalen told the writer that their main goal for the first year was to make $1 million. Not help 1 million people, make $1 million. Do you think that they made $1 million? Look how they dress. If you go to the About page, you can find a section called Shit We've Done. This is where they brag about all their accomplishments they've achieved over the years. These are all pretty petty things that make them look more incompetent, but what's ironic is the fact that they have this above it. Jared claims that every 50 sales, he would give a pack of toilet paper to someone, I don't know. How come we're not keeping track of that? Instead of congratulating yourself on buying ad space for Hulu, how about you talk about all the people you helped? If we are to believe what Jalen said about the 1,000 people, that would mean they've only donated 20 toilet papers. Hey, it's not that much, but it's a start. It's better than I got invited to a game one time. Come to think of it, if they really wanted to help people with bathroom needs, they would make bidets instead of selling toilet paper boxes. I mean, these are the people who claim that Dormly Box is, and I quote, a legendary solution. First of all, no. I'm still trying to figure out what the so-called problem is. Is it a stupid problem? Because I know how to solve that. And what did they solve? I would say they're more exploiting the problem more than anything. They don't even know what they're talking about. It's straight up talking out of their asses. In the end, I think this personally will fail like all the others, and he will go and make more impulsive ideas. If it succeeds, well, good for him, but I think it's gonna die out and get hidden away like all the others. And let's be fair, this is probably gonna be the last one for a while. Not a surprise to me because he has no creativity or skills. He can't even do anything by himself. I wish the best for the company and I hope it succeeds, but let's be honest, it's not gonna last a lot longer. But if Jared is watching this, I hope he can take something out of it. I mean, he could get angry for all I know, but hey, let's see who the bigger man is.